know a place that makes me happy.
Where?
The cemetery that we own.
Okay, that's
my
weird.
favorite place in the
need
whole
to
world.
Explain.
No. That's my favorite place in the whole world.
Okay, we don't own a cemetery.
Yes, our family does.
Our family owns a cemetery. Our extended family, our
I
aunts
still
and
love
uncles.
it. It's my favorite place in the entire
Okay,
world.
can we explain?
This is my fault for having you on my podcast.
It's your fault for having me in the first place.
Well, I can't help it.
What?
This is not a good idea.
No, it is not.
We are in trouble.
Hi guys, it's Kerri Pomarolli, and I know you might be looking at some of our other.
You may.
Lucy, yeah, her.
Yeah, you
might
may
be
have
looking.
forgotten to introduce me
Welcome.
and the name of the podcast.
It's
usually your job to remind me to say
I know, but
something.
I have something important to say.
Okay.
I know that we might be wearing the same clothes from some of our previous tapings, but I did my hair different. So I just want you to know.
You just took
Yeah,
it
I
out.
did it different. It's different. It's to the other side. There's a big thing going on now with the millennials wearing their hair in the center part. But my hair, and you guys, if you're listening to the podcast, you want to turn into YouTube to see this. Because I could do this. Look, I'm millennial friendly right now, podcast listeners. I'm millennial friendly. My hair is flat. Look at me. I'm millennial friendly. What? What? I'm an 80s video girl. What? Now it's off to the side. Now I'm in a Whitesnake video. Thank you. Now I'm a John Casablancas model. Now I'm Miss Texas.
1985. Sorry.
What?
No, it's just the what? Never mind.
Okay, so I was doing something today that made me really happy.
What?
I cleaned up my freezer.
Oh no, that didn't make you happy. It's just a flex.
A
you
flex?
know, it's just a flex.
What's a flex?
Oh my gosh, no, you're not that old. It's
Look, brah. What's a flex?
What the? No, you know what a flex is.
I don't know what a
Don't
flex
play
is.
stupid with me. I know you know what a flex
Okay,
is.
you do not just use the S word on our podcast.
I said don't play stupid.
Okay, what's a flex?
Okay, a flex is something that's no, that's not what. No.
What?
So you know how people like flex their muscles?
Yeah.
Like imagine being rich or like having something.
Yeah.
That not a lot of other people have.
Yeah.
That you can show off. That's
Yeah.
a flex.
So my freezer is a flex.
You're using it as a flex.
Well, how am I using? She's misusing.
You're
this
using
term.
it for bragging. You're using it for bragging rights.
I'm bragging that I clean up my freezer.
Basically, you're just using it for pride. Okay, now this sounds like a bad thing. I was joking, but now I have
Okay.
to explain something.
All right, so here's the deal. Things that make me happy as a Gen Xer.
As a Gen Xer,
I'm a Gen Xer.
you can make me take off this hat if you tried.
Okay, things that make me happy. I thought we could talk today about things that make you happy because you're like 11. And so when
11?
I mean 13. I don't know how old you
I'm
are.
13.
Okay, you're whatever. So things that made me happy when I was 13 are not the things that make me happy today. So we'll take turns about things that make us happy. My freezer with no ice on the bottom and organized by section
You know how
makes
long?
me
wait.
happy.
How long do you think that's gonna last?
about a day.
Yeah. No,
But I did get the dead ice on the bottom, like shoveled out. So that makes me happy.
And you did it.
I did it.
You did it.
I
by
know
yourself.
your dad thought I hired somebody.
Okay, come on, because whenever something gets organized in this house or labeled, like it lasts for one day and somebody else does it.
Well, that's debatable, but I did it myself. So, what makes you happy, Little Miss Stretchy Pants? Just don't think about it. What makes you happy? What? Stop laughing on the podcast. There's no laughing on the podcast. What makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
This is not a trick question.
My friends make me happy.
This is not going to be a stupid Casey reference, is it? Because you're obsessed with her.
I'm
And
not.
every episode we have to talk about Casey Mendez because
We didn't talk about her in the last episode.
Lucy, name a thing that makes you happy.
TV,
What kind of TV?
music makes me happy.
Okay, like what kind of music?
I'm very eclectic. Recently, I've been listening to a lot of like oldies, like 40s, 50s, and 60s. I've been listening to Paul Anka, Frank Sinatra, The Four Seasons.
Isn't she great? I raised a great kid.
Well, actually, some of those stuff is 60s and 70s, but I mean, like, still.
So listening.
Oh! I know a place that makes me happy.
Where?
The cemetery that we own.
Okay, that
That's
sounds
my
weird.
favorite place
you
in the
need
whole
to
world.
Explain.
No. That's my favorite place in the whole world.
Okay, we don't own a cemetery.
Yes, our family does.
Our family owns a cemetery. Our extended family, our
I
aunts
still
and
love
uncles.
it. It's my favorite place in the entire
Okay,
world.
can we explain?
Yeah.
There's a church in Alabama. It has a Civil War cemetery where our ancestors are buried behind it.
And babies.
Yeah, our ancestors. The babies are our ancestors.
I know.
And they went through childbirth and they lost children, and it was very sad.
Still my favorite place.
Okay, why?
Because I love that place.
Why?
Because it makes me happy.
But why?
I don't know. I like
You're
sitting
not
there.
defining it.
I like sitting there and talking to myself. It's very quiet and
Are you
peaceful.
trying to talk to the dead people? Because you can't do that.
I didn't say I was trying to do that.
Are you trying to summon them back? Because you can't do that.
I wasn't doing that. It's just when nobody else listens to me, the Grandpa Graves do.
Okay, so when I was in 8th grade and I lived in Northville, we used to walk to town. And when we walked to town, we walked through the cemetery.
Lucky.
And then sometimes at night, we would dress in all black and we would call it going on a mission. And then we would break in the cemetery.
That's
No,
amazing.
I don't have any memory of what we did in the cemetery, but I know that I wore all black. I was really into the fashion of it. And my friend Kelly Mars was like, we're going on a mission. And we would sneak in places like old abandoned barns and cemeteries. Because that's what you do when you grow up in Michigan in a small town.
Cool.
It was very footloose.
I still very much like my,
Ancestors
yeah.
Cemetery.
It's the best place in the world.
Oh, okay.
Honestly.
I'm going to name something else that makes me happy. My bed makes me so happy. And I don't think when I was your age, I would have been super excited about my bed. But I love my bed because there's Netflix and Prime and Hulu. And I have it all
Well,
to
of course you
myself.
wouldn't have been excited about that as a kid because you didn't have those things as a kid.
No, I had NBC, CBS, and ABC. I had 3 channels.
Still didn't make you happy.
No, well, yeah, it did. I had a TV in my room. It was pretty great. But
Oh, you had a TV in your
I
room?
did have a TV
That's
in my room.
lucky.
When I had a Pac-Man radio, and when my parents would think I was sleeping, I would listen to old-time radio shows underneath my pillow, and listen old-time radio shows where they would act out a sitcom on the radio. Have you ever heard about that?
I don't understand. Why is that a bad thing?
Because I was like 8, and it was 12 o'clock at night. I was like 8 years old. I should have been sleeping. I listened all night, and then when
It's a radio.
And then when I was older, a little bit older, like 9, I watched shows that were inappropriate after my parents went to bed, like 30-something.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, because we didn't have, like,
Wait,
censors.
meaning, like, what do you mean?
Well, there was a show called 30-something, and I was about 9 years old, and I watched every episode, and I watched Elizabeth go through her cancer. I watched all the marriage problems. I watched the divorce.
Inappropriate?
Yeah, it was inappropriate.
Like, compared to today standards.
Yeah, it would have been inappropriate even today.
Okay.
I mean, not, like, super bad language and not, like, sexually they're showing stuff, but it was inappropriate for a 9-year-old
Mature.
to be watching, like, married couples cheat on each other. It was bad, but it was a good show.
When I was 9, I was watching Poldark. So
That was inappropriate. I did let you watch inappropriate shows. Do you remember what happened when we were watching Poldark?
You fell asleep?
Yes. And then the next morning we're watching this British show, which I thought was not bad because it was British. She's like, Mommy. What'd you say? He married the kitchen wench. Do you
I
remember?
didn't say
Yeah.
the wench. I said the wife. He made her his wife.
Yeah, but she was the kitchen wench, and then she
Wench,
became the wife.
servant.
And then you're like, they went in the bedroom and they did bad things, and then he came out and married her.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Because
what
I had
happened.
fallen asleep, and I don't know what you
I
saw.
watched that scene 6 different times.
What? You rewound it?
It was on loop.
You can't have a scene
You
on
were
loop.
you were asleep on the thing.
Okay, but you
so,
can't
wait, no,
have
no.
a
When it
scene.
goes to the end, it loops back. So I watched the entire episode.
6 times.
Yeah.
This is one of those magical moments where my daughter Lucy exaggerates.
No.
Because that would have
Because
made
I
me
can
spend
probably by memory nitpick that episode.
3 hours watching Poldark.
Yeah. You were asleep for 3 hours. You were probably asleep for more. This is before your bad insomnia.
So what was in the episode?
That scene.
Yeah, what else?
I think it was also the scene. Well, it's obviously also the scene where we meet Demelza. So it's probably the beginning where they had the bar fight. There was a dog fight, and she got mad because her dog was there, and so
Do
she
you
kept on trying
feel
to put.
emotionally scarred because I let you watch that show?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
No, the ending was kind of sad, and I felt bad for Jeffrey because Jeffrey has an amazing name. But I was really happy that Morwenna. Wait, are we?
No, we're not spoiling alert the entire series of
I know,
Poldark.
I know.
You're like, when the grandma died. Okay, so anyway. So let me think one more thing that makes me happy. Fudge. Fudge makes me happy.
Yes.
Chocolate fudge. I found some in the freezer today that I've been freezing, and I was trying to eat healthy, like super healthy all week. And then I
not
had one
attached to
bite,
items.
and then I took it out of the freezer and I put it in the back of the cupboard. And then I went and had another bite. Then
There's
I put it
fudge?
back. Yeah, and then I put it in the back of the other cupboard, and now I've eaten half the fudge.
So now I'm gonna find that fudge and I'm gonna eat it.
You don't know where it is.
Well, you just said it's in the back of the cupboard. I just need to
What
figure out
cupboard
which one. I
are
just
we-
need to figure out which cupboard it is.
Does fudge make you happy?
Of course it makes me happy.
Okay, your turn.
I don't get attached to objects. My guitar makes me happy.
Well, like, what's an activity that makes you happy? Playing your guitar.
yeah.
Is this the appropriate time that I can tell everyone that my daughter Lucy wrote me a song? Now, here's the thing. You will never hear it. It will never be played. It was played once. It will never be played again. And I'm not allowed to post it. I'm not allowed to share with my friends. So can you at least tell the listeners that for Mother's Day, you wrote me a song?
Yes, I wrote my mom a song.
It was very emotional. It was not emotional at all. It was actually funny. And she wrote about all the bad things she did as a child. But you
Yeah.
wrote it for me.
Yeah.
It was really great.
This is directed towards you.
I really liked it.
Yeah, I know. It was good. I like that song too.
If you could sing it.
I'm not singing it on the podcast.
Dang it!
It's not for people's ears.
Ratings are going to tank. All right, tell me one more thing that makes you happy.
I really just tensed up my foot.
I don't care. Another thing that makes me happy as an adult that probably wouldn't make you happy is going to bed when I thought I had to go out and make plans and then the plans get canceled. That makes me happy. You will understand one day. When you think you have to go and go to a meeting and then you don't have to go to the meeting and then you can binge watch whatever you want to watch.
I know how that is. I've been there.
Where you got a meeting canceled?
Well, we got something canceled, and I was like, yes, I don't have to go.
The one thing that you'll never know the joy of, which makes me sad, I grew up in Michigan, and you will never know the joy of a snow day, of school being canceled because of snow. And then I go to my friend Mia Dehart's house, and we watched movies, and we ate popcorn, and we did each other's hair, and we had no school the whole day. It was awesome.
Well, if California had another earthquake, then maybe I'm just
No, they'd still make you go to school.
Yeah, I
Now,
know.
you know what I think is funny about earthquakes? You have to write your kids a note in California schools in the earthquake kit. There's an earthquake kit, and they were like, write your kids
What
a
is
note.
the point of earthquake
Wait,
kits? Like, we're
'cause-
suddenly gonna
Yeah.
starve, and then all of a
Wait.
sudden, our our can of tuna fish and Oreos.
do you
Wait,
remember?
Wait, can we all just explain? I look at my other friends' earthquake kits, and they're like, here you go, Lovey. Here's Oreos. Here's Mommy and Daddy's phone number, and our
And then
credit
you know what
card
I
number.
wrote?
You know what you wrote? Suck
Sucks,
it up,
sucks
kid.
for you.
Kiddo. And then all of a sudden, I get a bunch of, like, tuna fish and crackers and expired cheese.
Well, we just felt like if you were
I
gonna,
got expired food.
if you were
I
going to die, we don't care.
Wait, listen. I prayed to God every single day that there would be no earthquake. Because
It worked.
if for some reason I had to even come close to that earthquake kit, I think I'd die right on the
You
spot.
know what's even worse? When I picked up your sister from school for COVID,
She ate her
the teacher
earthquake
goes,
kit.
Ruby ate her earthquake kit. Ruby broke into the earthquake kit because apparently the lunch I had provided was not sustenance enough, and she ate the canned tuna and the expired cheese. That is a new level.
I'm
That's
desperate.
just taking it to the new level. And the teacher just had to tell me, and I was so shamed.
No, it wasn't that. She ate her lunch.
Yeah, she ate her lunch.
She's
earthquake
just
kit.
super hungry.
Yeah, she ate canned tuna at school. I'm impressed she got in the can. How did that happen? I don't know. She's a genius.
It didn't have one of those flop tabs.
I don't know.
It was literally just a
I
normal
don't know.
can.
I don't know. You weren't there.
It didn't, because I got the exact same can.
Well, then she's a genius. And if you're in an earthquake, you want Ruby with you.
Because she'll find food.
Yes.
Now the problem is you have to fight her for that food.
Yeah, that's true.
And she'll probably win.
Like Lucy, Ruby learns her spelling words according to food. Like the word was diversity for her spell test last week. And she's like, what is that? We're like, there's diversity, there's different races, there's different people. And then she's
foods.
like, I don't get it. And then her dad's like, when you go to the buffet and there's like different kinds of food, there's diversity at the buffet. And then she's like, oh, like in Hawaii. Like she's like, I get it. There's diversity in Las Vegas at the buffet. So I think they will end on what makes me happy is Ruby and food makes me happy.
What makes me happy? My friends.
Yeah, you're weird. Okay, thanks
And
for joining.
cemeteries.
Yes, dead people and this.
Dead people and Kezia Mendez.
That's really creepy. So anyways, we want to give a shout out to everybody who's listening. Thank you for all the emails at thisisnotagoodidea@gmail.com. Catch us on Spotify. Tell your friends about us. iTunes, Instagram, and YouTube. Say goodbye.